My name is Linda Jeschofnig. My company is Hands-On Labs, and we produce lab packs, which are academically aligned science kits that allow college students to take fully accredited laboratory science courses online and do genuine academic quality lab work at home to complete their laboratory science credits, to work on certificates in science education and science career fields.
And how long have you been in business?
Oh, my husband and I are both retired college professors, and this business grew out of a microscale chemistry kit. I literally grew this business out of my garage, having college kids help me in the summer to build these kits. I've been formally in business for 10 years, but actively working the business for the last 5. We design, we develop, we assemble, we distribute. There's at least one college in every state in the U.S. now that utilizes our materials because they are very effective.
So how big of a manufacturing operation is it?
In the last 5 years, we've grown the company 6-fold, and we've gone from 3 to approximately 53 employees. So we have about a 30,000 square foot facility in Inglewood, Colorado, a suburb of Denver.
I mean, did you ever see yourself sitting here as one of the nation's top fastest growing entrepreneurial companies? I mean, did you ever see yourself as an entrepreneur?
I had not really envisioned this going where it is. We developed this first science lab kit because there was a need. Our students needed it, and we wanted to fulfill that need. Yes, it has grown phenomenally because there is a need and because we produced a really good product, but I had not envisioned myself as this kind of entrepreneur, no.
Was there a moment of truth, if you will, where you said, it's not being done, I can't believe nobody else is offering it? I mean, we've checked around, and wouldn't this be a great business for someone to start? It turns out it's you.
Yes, that did happen, and what really came about was trying to get business insurance. Imagine saying, students, chemistry, home, all in the same sentence, and insurance agents, they go into apoplexia. But somebody has to take the risk. I just did the best I could, covered myself with as many liability waivers and paper as I could because students needed it.
Is there a science of entrepreneurship? Does it follow sort of that same pattern of experiment, discovery, and practice?
Everyone admits that the best way to learn something is to really foul it up the first time. And the mistakes that you make in science, you see how small errors can have huge consequences. And the same thing in business. I think in business you go through, you look at things, you analyze, would this be a good way to go? You try to quantify it to where you're making a rational decision. So there certainly is a parallel between business decision making and following the scientific method in doing science experimentation.
People have different experiences in how to fund their companies, whether they go to venture capitalists or not, whether there's a disdain for venture capital. What's been your experience in your business?
Well, we've been very fortunate in that our business is still 100% self-funded. We poured everything back into it. We grew very slowly at first because the demand for online education is really within the past 5-6 years in the sciences. Also, we had to prove that it would work, and we accumulated a lot of quantitative data showing that that was the case. We were also very busy growing product line. Peter and I produced the original chemistry and physics lab packs, but we worked with other distinguished scientists in biology, microbiology, anatomy and physiology, and others to do that. And so by doing that, we were able to build a good reputation. We could see we had continuous, steady growth. The bank, appreciated that we were very responsible people, and Chase Bank has furnished us a nice line of credit because our business is rather seasonal, and we've just continued to pour everything back into the business. We are now reaching levels of growth, though, that are beyond our capability to continue to self-finance. And that's the next big thing. I need to approach pragmatically in finding the right source of funding for us, and it will probably be an equity partnership that is as passionate about science education and education as we are.
You grew in a very measured way to get where you are, but how much does that weigh on you as you grow, as success comes to you, to sort of keep the reins and make sure it doesn't take you off course?
You want to continue to, improve and enhance your products, but it's all the accoutrements of business that drive you crazy, the little personnel things. Yet at the same time, one of the nice things about being an entrepreneur is it allows you to try to live your own values. We want to try to build the kind of company we would like to work for, to treat our employees fairly, to listen to them because they're the ones who are out there doing the work, and to empower them to be able to tell us how they think things can be improved, making certain that your strategies are and your employees are all aligned in the same direction and doing that type of thing. You start this business because you believe in science education and you want to support and promote science education, but then you find yourself bogged down in all the minutiae of just running a business, taking care of the accounting, taking care of the finance, taking care of the logistics, things of that nature. It's a challenge, but it goes with the territory, and we've got wonderful people that truly care about what we're doing. They're equally invested in the mission and the goal of the company, and they take care of that and do a really good job at it. But it's still not exactly what I thought I'd be doing at this chapter in my life.
There are many entrepreneurs start much later in life than it's not a 20-year-old in a garage, it's not a college dropout. I mean, those stories are legendary in America, but the average age of our entrepreneurs is 44, and many of them, it's their second or third sort of chapter in their lives. So it's so great to have you here to sort of show that, you can have 3 grandchildren and be a great entrepreneur as well.
I'm pushing 65, and this is kind of a late career move, but I still think I still have a few more chapters here I'd like to write. But I want to finish this book well.
How do we get more people who may have retired from their first career or are near the end of one career and thinking about what do I do next? I mean, people live rich lives long after their traditional work time is. So what's your message for them, I guess?
I used to tell my daughter, when we'd have some discussion, I would say, listen, I didn't live to be this old by being stupid, so listen to me, I really do have something to contribute. Critical thinking is bringing all of these things together to look at things from the big picture to make the best decisions on what you're doing. And when you have someone who has had a lot of experiences, then they're going to come to the table with better decision-making processes. Sometimes when I'm feeling a little insecure, then I look back and I look at what all I've accomplished. I mean, basically, we've created 50 jobs in a bad economy here over the last several years, good paying jobs. But then now that's a huge responsibility. There are 50 families out there that depend on me running this company well so that they can provide a livelihood for themselves. And I think also that older people, because we have had to accept so much responsibility in our lives, perhaps it's a bit easier for us. And not that it isn't also daunting, but we recognize that that's something that we need to shoulder. I do think that, the golden community, so to speak, really could add a lot to our business communities by sharing more of the wealth of their knowledge they've accumulated.
When you look at your business today, and there's a lot to be proud of, I mean, do you see what's there? Do you see what you've created, or do you see what's missing?
Well, every so often I look back and I see what's there, and I feel very proud of that. But most of the time I'm always looking forward. How can we improve? What is the next step? What do we need to continue to grow and solidify the business? So I am usually looking forward, not resting on my laurels, but trying to build a better business as we go on. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Very
much.
Nice job.